Acarno, you were strong as I knew you would be. The information that you've provided will enable the drive to operate. But it's up to you and your friends to make sure it's used for good and not evil. Now that I am no longer needed here, I can move on to my final resting place in peace.
Marius, do you have to go? We've got so much to talk about. So many questions for you. And I've lots of questions about myself. I'm so confused about what it means to be a traveller. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to be? Marius, I'd feel so lost without you here.
Acarno, I don't have all the answers you seek. I can't tell you exactly what path you should follow. You must find your own way. Ever since the Earth was born, change has kept it alive. Our young Earth cleansed and renewed itself periodically to survive. From the age of invertebrates, fishes, reptiles and mammals, the Earth remained, and still remains, in a constant state of change. Whether from within itself, or from some galactic hand of fate, the Earth has always managed to adjust its own direction and destiny. The Earth has always called upon weather to regulate conditions and populations. The weather has its own rhythm, its own pulse, and left alone has continually administered its power in an often brutal, but ultimately self-serving way. That is, until modern man tampered with it. But 70 years ago, when modern man created a mass environmental crisis, we ignored it, and when it started to threaten our way of life, we put silly labels on it, like terrathermic syndrome. But it was too late. The die was cast. We had already begun to destroy the delicate balance of the planet that sustains us. In light of this impending crisis, nature's wisdom prevailed, and it sought to cleanse the Earth yet again. But this time of its present human life forms, a new life form emerged, one that could sustain itself in this newly created, polluted environment. Travellers.
But what are you saying? That the travellers were a new life form created to live on a polluted Earth?
As I said, I don't have all the answers.
But I have to know. I have to know my purpose. Why am I here? What do I do with the special powers I have?
Acarno, we must all use the special powers we have in our own way. The important thing is to remember to use them for good. Many years ago, my powers enabled me to look into the future. What I saw was a picture of total destruction. It was an Earth ravaged and razed by modern man's disregard for nature and his blind obedience to greed, power and violence. This vision changed the direction of my life. It stopped me from letting my creation become a part of the destruction. And now, your powers are helping to rebuild the damage that has already been inflicted upon our Earth and its people. Acarno, I believe that you might be this planet's last chance for survival.
Me? It's so hard to believe.
It shouldn't be, Acarno. Now that you've recognized your powers, now that you know what's made you different all along, you understand what makes you special. Special enough for me to wait for you all these years. I always believed that someday the answer to my questions would come to me in the form of a young and powerful traveller. A young traveller who held the answer to the question of the parallax key.
The parallax key? What's it really mean? What's the answer?
You're the answer, Acarno. You always have been. The parallax key simply means a new way of looking at how to solve the problems of the environment. You've provided the answer by bringing my machine to the world. Believing in you has given me the strength to hold on all these years. For you see, even with my powers, I'm subject to all the frailties of any ordinary human. There were times when I wanted to give up, to stop fighting for the causes I struggled so hard for. I became despondent and began to lose hope of finding you. I almost gave up on everything until I met Cracker and the other children.
Hey, Django! Throw me the ball!
Hey, Brewster, try and catch me! Hey, you're cheating! Bang! Bang! Gotcha!
When I was ready to give up all hope, those children snapped me out of my depression. I looked at their faces and knew I was looking into the future. A future these children would not be able to survive. I realized at that moment that I could never give up hope of finding you, and the key to changing my vision of a desolate world. These children are the citizens of the future, and I was not going to let them be robbed of one. And so I stayed with them, doing my best to help them adjust to their difficult situations, and they helped me, in small ways. And also in the most important way, they gave me back hope. Hope for a bright future, hope for a better world. And now you, Acarno, must make all of our dreams come true.
Uh-oh. A major energy drain coming from under Area D5.
Well, maybe we can reason with them. If they know the situation, they might abort.
If they launch, all the work we've done will all be for nothing. The energy for that ship's takeoff will drain all the K-Pax in the world. We'll all be doomed.
Oh my God!
Come on! We've got to stop them!
Yeah.
I'm going too.
Marius, I'll do my best to make you proud. I just hope this new crisis doesn't stop us all in our tracks. We've got to stop that ship from launching, or else everything's lost. I'd hate to think that your work failed because we did. But why am I even thinking that? There's no way I'd let that happen. We'll stop them, Marius. For you. I promise.
I know, Acarno.
Marius, I have to go now. The others need me, and there's not much time.
Acarno, I believe in you. Go. Use your abilities to fulfill your destiny and secure a future for everyone. Farewell.